Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Goob, and in this video I'm going to be covering all the electronic equipment that I take when I go out camping, how I edit the videos, how I use my phone for all that, and all the trail apps that I use. So first to start off with is the camera that I'm shooting with. I'm going to be using the Sony ZV-1. I'm not too smart on all its operations. I definitely had to do some research and YouTube video study on how this camera operates. It is not so easy as a out-of-the-bag point and shoot. You definitely have to set up a lot of features. I'm not smart enough to explain all that kind of stuff now, so if you want more in-detailed information on the Sony ZV-1 usage, definitely go look up some YouTube videos. You can find hundreds of them out there at this point. This is the tripod I'm going to be using with the camera. This one's from Ulanzi. I think this is the smallest one they make. This took a while to find the right one that I was looking for. I think this is going to be perfect for me though. Just something small, sets up as a tripod, and also extendable so I can use it as a nice selfie stick. So one of the downsides that people say with the Sony ZV-1 camera is that it burns through batteries pretty quick, and I have seen that. So in conjunction with that, I'm going to be bringing one extra camera battery. And if you buy the extra battery charger thing, this is just a super lightweight piece of plastic that the extra battery will go right into, and then it serves as a charger for it. You can just plug this right into your battery bank and charge this on the go. This takes about 2.5 hours to charge up a battery, so every time when I stop at night, I can just swap the batteries out and have this thing going and be ready to rock shortly thereafter. So the headlamp I'm going to be using is the Petzl Actic Core. This one's really nice because it just charges right from the unit. You can just pop it open and plug this piece right into your battery bank. Just let that guy charge on up. The last piece of electronics I'll be needing to charge on the trail is going to be my iPhone. And I'll just use an iPhone charger in conjunction with my battery and just let that guy go. This is the battery bank I'll be taking on trail. This one's from Anker. This is their 15,000 milliamp battery. It has 2 ports for charging 2 units at the same time from it. And in order to charge this guy up, I'm going to be taking a wall outlet plug. This one also has 2 charge ports for it. And I just plug this guy in like that and let him charge on up. So this next part is where things start to get fun. I knew what I wanted, but I didn't quite know how to get there, and there aren't really a lot of tutorial videos on YouTube for how to do this, so I kind of had to figure this out myself. I basically wanted to film everything with a nice 4K camera, not use my phone, but edit everything on my phone on trail. So I had to get all the footage from the camera into the phone so I can edit it, which turns out to be a lot more complicated than you think it would be. So in order to do that, I had to get this extra attachment dongle that I got from Apple. This cable connects into the camera, but it also has to be powered at the same time through a battery bank because there's not enough power from just the camera itself in order to run everything. So that's what this extra wire connected into the battery is for. So once you've got this all set up, then we'll be able to pull the photos from the camera into the Photos app on the phone. So for this next part, I can't fully demonstrate and film at the same time, but once you've got everything plugged into each other, you'll press the Photos app. To the right of the search icon, you'll have a new option come up called Import. You'll press that, and it'll start showing you every piece of video that's currently in the camera. You'll want to change the download destination to a new file that you want to send it to, and then you can start highlighting every single piece of video that you want, and you'll just select that, and it'll start importing into your Photos app on your phone. This is what my Photos app looks like now that I've got all the video files from the camera downloaded into my phone. The editing app that I use is LumaFusion. This one you do have to pay for. I think it's a one-time $30 fee. I'm not that smart with how to use it. It just is a basic level, so you can definitely find more videos on YouTube for how to do everything, but I'll show you real quick how I will make a movie. I'm just going to label it Electronics, New Project. And this is a little bit what the app looks like. I'm going to go into my little videos here, and I can select all the ones that I want. drag those down into the timeline, and I can edit those down to everything I need. This process can take between 30 minutes to an hour as I straighten everything up. Once I'm done here, I'm going to render it as a 4K file. Usually bring the quality down. And it'll start writing the movie. Once I have this master 4K file done, I'll show in the next step how I connect it to my 1 terabyte external SSD that I'm going to bring. I'll download the master 4K files into that, and then I'll go back into LumaFusion and I'll re-edit a video in 1080, and that's the version that I'm going to use to upload to YouTube. So when transferring files around, this is another step in the process that has to be plugged into power the whole time you're doing this. So again, I've got my 1 terabyte external hard drive connected into this little Apple external device, and we've got that routed into the iPhone. I'm going to go back into my Photos app. I've got my LumaFusion movies. These are the completed movies. So here's the brand new one that I just got done. So we're going to try to move this and export it. Save to files. And here's my Extreme SSD. This is my external drive I've got plugged in now. And I've got these files. I can save it in my Appalachian Trail folder with all those videos. Save. So now it's moving over. And then from here I just do the exact same thing, re-render it in a 1080 version, and then I'll show how to upload to YouTube right after. So now how I upload everything to YouTube. There's 2 apps that we need. The YouTube app and then the YouTube Studio app. So we'll go into the YouTube app, bottom button down here to upload a video. We'll select more, and then there's all the individual clips, and then this top one is the video that we just made. There's our test video. We could select that, hit done, and it'll start uploading. I'm not going to actually use this one because that one's just garbage, and I'll do my actual one later. But once that one is actually start uploading, the YouTube Studio one is the one that we're going to go into, and you'll see it here at the next top of the queue, and it'll show that its progress and stuff is going in, and then you go into it, and this is where you could actually change the description and any other type of stuff that you would need for it. The last thing I'm going to cover is the 2 trail apps that I use. The first one is Guthooks, which you do have to pay for. This one's excellent. It shows a great GPS routing layout for the trail itself, when upcoming tent sites are, and as well as water sources. You can click on anything on here and it'll tell you distance between different markers, and also user comments for how water sources are doing, bear sightings and such, and a date of when people stopped through there. The second app you also have to pay for, and you also need to get a PDF reader to read it. This is AWOL's guide. This one gives you a lot more information to logistically, information about trail towns, finding hotels, as well as distance markers for the trail stops itself, bear warnings, elevations, and all kinds of detail that you need to plan your day for where you're going to hike. And I think that covers all the electronics I'm going to be using, how I use it, how I upload, and the different apps that I use. Again, I'm still pretty new at all this process, so I'm definitely figuring it out as I go. But if you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments below, and thanks for watching.